Rita, about the text you sent me. Are you going on a trip with my mom?
Yeah, your mother invited me to go on a trip with her. Jake, I'm sorry to leave you behind. I feel sorry to go on vacation while you're on your business trip.
No, don't worry. I bet you're tired from looking after my sick dad for us. You deserve some rest, Rita.
But I still feel sorry. I heard you're gonna pay for all the expenses for the trip. Not only mine, but also your family's. And about your father. You're gonna pay for his nursing home fees as well while I'm away.
Don't worry, Rita. Mom insisted that she'll pay for any additional fees. So there's not much money that I'll be paying.
Oh, I see. Thanks for sorting things out.
No, there's nothing to thank me about. I was also worried about my dad anyways. It's my choice to pay for your trips, there's nothing to be worried about.
But the price is pretty expensive. Should I ask your mother to pay for some of our fees? Maybe they could pay for half of the nursing home fees.
It's okay. I have my reasons for paying for everything, Rita.
What do you mean?
You see, my mom and my sister, they can be pretty harsh on you sometimes. It's been a while since you started living with my family, but you still look uncomfortable around them.
Well, yeah. I should try harder to have a good relationship with them.
It's me who has to try harder. Ideally, I should help you get along with my family as your husband. I'm sorry if my family is making you uncomfortable. If only I had a less busy work schedule.
Don't worry, Jake.
But still...
I'm okay. By the way, what's your reasons for paying for our trip?
Oh yeah, about that. If I pay, I think Mom won't be too harsh on you during the trip. I'm being strategic about this. I really hope you can enjoy your trip.
Thanks, Jake. That's really sweet of you. I also want to get along with your mother and sister better. I think the trip might be the perfect opportunity.
I hope so too. I won't be able to go with you because I have some work to do, but I really hope that you'll have a great time.
Thanks. I'll get you some souvenirs, so look forward to it, alright? I'll send it to you after our trip's over.
I'll look forward to it. Have fun, Rita. You might feel a bit pressured being alone with my mom and my sister. But the purpose of this trip is for you to have fun.
I'm pretty excited for this weekend, to be honest. I'll send you some photos, too. Hello, Mom. It's been a while since you last shopping with Selena. When are you coming home?
Rita, what are you talking about? We're not going home.
But we're leaving for a trip tomorrow. I thought we would be off after taking Dad to the nursing home. Do you remember?
Oh, about that. There's nothing to worry about. My daughter and I already arrived at our hotel.
Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
I told you that we're leaving tomorrow. But we actually plan to leave today.
Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'll be on my way as soon as possible.
There's no need. You're staying at home, Rita. Who's gonna take care of my husband if all of us are on a trip?
But I thought we were taking him to a nursing home temporarily.
That's a lie, of course. I never contacted the nursing home. They won't come to pick him up tomorrow.
Why did you do this to me? I thought you invited me to join you on the trip.
I changed my mind. If you come with us, I won't be able to have fun. I'll be stressed out. I want to enjoy this trip with my real daughter.
Was this your plan all along?
I told you I changed my mind. Just take care of my husband while we're away, okay? Oh, and we'll be sure to get some souvenirs for Jake, so there's nothing to worry about.
I'll take care of your husband while you're on your trip?
What a nice daughter-in-law. You're a wise lady to listen what your mother-in-law says. You used to be a stranger to us. You should be thankful that we welcome you into our family.
Thank you. And I have something to tell you. It's hard to tell you this, but could you please pay me back my money? I'm not in a hurry, so I would appreciate it if you can pay me when you come back from your trip.
Money? What money?
The money I paid for the trip and the nursing home fees. I'm not going on the trip anymore, and I don't think you need the nursing home fees if I'm staying behind to look after him.
I think I paid you the other day. Oh, that money. Thanks to you, we were able to have a nice dinner. Thanks, Rita.
No, you have to pay me back. The money wasn't for you.
I'll never pay you back.
Even if you don't want to, you have to pay me back. I paid you quite a lot of money.
Rita, are you complaining to me?
I'm not complaining. I paid you beforehand because I thought I was also going on the trip. I'm not going to be joining you two on the trip, so I think you should pay me back.
How can you demand that, Rita? We agreed to live together for you. We welcomed a stranger to join our family when we were also busy taking care of my ill husband. Think of the money as a payment of appreciation.
I don't think I was ever welcome in this family. I'm also in charge of doing everything around the house. I'm the only one doing housework and taking care of your husband.
You're the daughter-in-law, Rita. You are not my real daughter. You should be feeling thankful.
Okay, I get it.
Let me tell you one last thing. Don't you ever tell Jake about this. He's on a business trip, right? We're the only ones at home. We can punish you as much as you want. There's no one to help you.
Yes, I understand.
Just look after my husband at home, okay? Make yourself useful as a daughter-in-law. If you want to maintain a good relationship with us, just be a good girl, Rita.
Rita, have you arrived at your hotel? How's the spa? Is Mom having fun? And are you having fun?
I haven't been to the spa yet. But I think your mother is having fun.
Oh, you haven't been to the spa yet? How's everything going? Are they being harsh on you again?
Hey, Jake. Will you always be on my side, no matter what?
What's wrong? Is everything okay? I'm your husband, Rita. I'm always on your side. Are they being harsh on you? Be honest with me.
Not exactly. They left me at home because I'm the daughter-in-law. They also used up all the money I paid to them for the trip.
Huh? They left you behind? And did you just tell me that they used up all your money?
They never planned to take me with them. She told me that I should stay at home and take care of your father.
That doesn't make sense. Did Mom tell you this?
Yeah, I have the conversation saved in my messages. I asked her to pay me back the money. But she told me to consider it as payment of appreciation because they welcomed me who used to be a stranger.
Did she tell you that you're a stranger? Is this because we live with them?
Yeah. She also made sure that I won't tell you about this.
I'm really sorry, Rita. I can't believe they did this to you. How can they even ask you to make it a secret from me?
Well, they've always been pretty harsh on me. I wanted to discuss something regarding this incident with you.
Yeah, they've definitely been harsh on you since we got married. And what do you want to discuss with me?
I want to move out. I know it's going to be hard for you, but after this incident, I don't think I can bear it any longer. I'm sorry, I'm being selfish.
I'm the one who should apologize. I'm really sorry that you had to endure all this. Being busy with work was no excuse. I should have taken better care of you because you're my beloved wife.
No, Jake. You've been trying your best too.
Thanks, Rita. Let's move out. It's your choice.
Thanks. But what should we do about your father? He's been really ill recently. I don't think he's fully conscious. To be honest, I'm worried to ask your mother and your sister to take care of your father.
We'll figure something out, don't worry. I'll get home as soon as possible. So, can I ask you to look after him till I get home?
Yep, no problem. Thanks.
I bet you're really tired, Rita. Thanks for taking care of him.
Rita, where are you? My husband is nowhere to be found as well. Why don't you greet us now that we're back from our trip?
Welcome home, Mom. I'm sorry I'm unable to greet you in person. I'm currently out of the house.
Where's my husband? Don't tell me. You took him out of the house in that condition.
No, don't worry. He's currently at a nursing home. I think it's a better environment for him.
Nursing home? Did you force him to join a nursing home because you no longer wanted to take care of him? How can you decide this on your own, daughter-in-law?
It's not my decision. Jake agreed too.
Jake? Why is he here? I thought he was on his business trip.
We decided to move out of your house. But we can't just leave Dad at home. He temporarily joined a nursing home as a trial.
Wait a minute. You moved out? Don't tell me you told Jake everything.
Yes, I told him everything. Can't just move out without telling him the reason.
Don't be ridiculous. Didn't I tell you, Rita? I told you that I will never forgive you if you told Jake about our conversation. Don't you remember?
Yes, I remember you threatening me.
I never threatened you. I was just talking to you as your mother-in-law. I thought you knew the consequences of telling Jake. But you still chose to tell him. You'll have to face the consequences.
I don't care.
Be careful with your language. You're talking to your mother-in-law. Be more respectful.
I'm being respectful enough. I'm gonna be honest with you, but threats only work when you're in disadvantage. And in this case, I wasn't in a disadvantage.
What do you mean?
I knew Jake would be on my side. He is always on my side no matter what. You're the one who's in a disadvantage. Can you stop us from moving out? Do you have the power to do that?
You naughty little kid. Can you respect your mother-in-law?
I have always been respectful, Mom. I tried to be the ideal wife you all wanted me to be.
Then be the ideal daughter-in-law. Just obey my orders.
After what happened, I made my decision. I can't bear to live with you any longer. Jake feels the same.
Stop being selfish. What are you gonna do about my husband?
Jake was also worried about his father. We decided to live with you in the first place because we were worried about him.
Jake loves his father. I don't think he can ever move out. Are you lying to me about you two moving out?
Didn't I tell you this already? Your husband is currently at a nursing home.
So what?
We're just trying things out, so we don't know how it'll turn out. But if he likes his new home, he'll move in there.
Are you trying to kick him out of our house? I will never allow you to make this decision by yourself.
I didn't make this decision by myself. Your husband also supported us about moving out. He said he'll move into a nursing home and pay for the fees using his own savings.
My husband said that? He stays in bed most of the time. He never seems fully conscious even when he's awake. How is he capable to talk like this?
You've never really taken care of him. I was always taking care of him alone. So I guess you don't know what he's capable of doing. He can be fully conscious sometimes. He's perfectly capable to communicate with us when he's conscious.
Even if that was true, why would he want to move into a nursing home? We're living with him. We can take care of him after you move out. Why would he want to use all of his savings for this?
I guess he doesn't trust his wife nor daughter. He told me about his honest feelings. He was scared to make you and your daughter take care of him.
How can he say that? I'm his wife.
That doesn't matter. If he cannot trust you, you're no different than a stranger. He's worried to make a stranger, who he can't trust, look after him.
I can't believe it. How much does it cost for him to join a nursing home? My daughter doesn't have a job.
I'm not exactly sure yet, but I think it'll be pretty expensive. You're asking the professionals to take care of him.
I can't pay for that. We've been living on my husband's money. I need his money to make a living.
Then how about you find a job? I bet you got plenty of rest, making me do everything around the house after I married Jake. I'm not sure if you have the skill to get a job, but both of you definitely have enough energy to work. Good luck in earning your own money for the very first time. After Jake and I found a new place to live, we finally moved out of his parents' house. While we were looking for a new house, we were also trying our best to find a nice nursing home for his father. My parents offered, not only us, but also his father to stay at their place for the time being, so he never had to interact with his mother nor his sister after a conversation using messages. Luckily, we found a nice nursing home around the same time we found our new house. So we're now living a relaxed life in different environments. Jake's mother and sister no longer was able to depend on their father's money. And I heard they're having a hard time working their part-time jobs. I demanded them to pay back the money I gave them for the trip, so I guess they'll have to work even harder. They've been on a very long vacation, so I hope they try their best to earn a living by themselves from now on.
Hey there, Marie. I heard that you and my brother finally found a place where you both want to move into. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess you've already heard the big news then. But Randy and I were going to be moving into our new house next month. Isn't that exciting? We hope that you and all your family can come and visit us there as soon as we have everything unpacked and cleaned up.
Oh, we'd just love to do that, but I heard that your new house is going to be pretty far from Randy's work. Is that true?
Yeah, it is going to be just a little far for Randy, unfortunately. But it's just such a good house that neither of us were considering not snatching it up when we saw it. It's only a few years old and also seems perfect for us since we have pets.
I see. Well, I really am glad that you two are so pleased with what you found then. That's great news. I guess that means that you didn't like the houses that I sent over as suggestions when you were still looking?
Well, Randy was the one who was looking into the houses that you sent. But then he started looking into the neighborhoods they were located in, and they didn't seem so great. And I guess I'm just a bit of a scaredy cat, so I asked that we live somewhere else. But thank you so much for wanting to help us with our search. It really did mean a lot that you wanted to give us a hand.
No, I am so sorry that I didn't do better research and just sent you what I thought looked nice and in your price range. I didn't bother to do any further reading about the neighborhoods or schools or anything like that.
Well, it really isn't a problem at all now that we found the new house that we're going to live in. I'm just so happy that the search is finally over and we found the place that we want to live.
Speaking of, I guess this means that you two are going to have to really start nailing down those wedding plans then, right? I heard through the grapevine that you were having some trouble finding a venue for the wedding, though.
Yeah, we were having a bit of trouble, but we finally managed to find a spot and put in reservations.
Oh, really? So then you two did end up finding a spot to have your wedding as well?
Well, you remember that one spot that I was talking to you about the last time that we met up, don't you?
I remember you telling me that more than any other place in the world, you wanted to get married there.
Exactly, that place.
But you also told me that it was really, really popular and might be impossible to ever get a reservation in on time.
I know, and I really did think that it was going to be too difficult to do that. But I just didn't give up. I called them a couple times a week to ask about any cancellations, and then finally a space opened up.
So then you basically just kept hounding them until there was an availability?
I mean, basically. But you have to be persistent if you want a reservation at this place. So, one day, I called them and they said there were some open dates right around when we were wanting to get married. So I booked a day right away.
Wow, well, good for you. It sounds like things are really starting to come together for you and Randy then, aren't they?
I sure hope so. I mean, these all seem like good signs to me. But man, it has been so difficult trying to nail everything down. I mean, it's been a while since I felt like I was fighting this hard for bookings and open houses and all these stuff.
I see. Well, you know that you can always ask me for a little help if you need it. I'm more than willing to give a hand if you need it.
Thank you so much. I mean, you really don't know how much it means to have someone that I can talk to about all of this. And since you offered, I really just might end up taking you up on that. I really am glad that I have such a great sister-in-law like you that I can always count on. Thanks again for everything.
Oh, don't make me blush. You know that I'm just happy to be there for you when you need me. Just let me know if there's anything else you might need. By the way, does that mean that you've officially booked and paid for the wedding venue? I assume so, since you were so set on getting a date there.
I'm actually going to call them in a week to try and finalize everything. I didn't have all the money I would need to make the booking when I made the reservation a week ago.
I see. Well, yeah, that sounds like you still might have a lot on your plate for the time being, then. Maybe best to get back home and think all of this through so it all goes along smoothly. I had one friend who just kind of rushed their wedding plans without stepping back to think about the wider picture and the larger plan, and they ended up with a very expensive ceremony that they were only okay with.
Oh, I see. Well, that is a good point then. I don't want to dig myself into a hole that I won't be able to get out of. You're right. I guess there is still quite a bit that I need to think about. But I'm really glad that you came to me so that I could talk to you about all of this.
Of course, it's my pleasure. I know that there are probably a million things going on inside of your head right now, so it can be hard to keep everything straight. But for now, you've gotten your dream wedding venue booked, and that's a huge check on your to-do list. By the way, is it really true that your wedding day is the same day you and Randy had your first date?
Yes, it is true. But that isn't actually why we chose to go with that date. It just so happened that our schedules happened to match up around that time of year, and then that day happened to be free.
I see, but then again, it would be kind of hard not to go with a date like that, right? I mean, it's just too perfect if you ask me.
I mean, you're very right there. I'd be lying if I said that we didn't know what we were doing at all.
That's great. Well, anyways, my boss is calling me into his office right now, so I think I have to go.
Oh, yes, I guess lunch is almost over, isn't it? I guess I should probably start getting things ready as well.
Of course! So sorry for taking up your lunch break talking about this.
It was no bother at all. I really enjoyed catching up with you and getting to talk about all of this. Thank you for listening and for offering so much helpful advice.
It's my pleasure. I guess we'll talk later then. Have a good day.
Hey Hilda, are you there? Do you have a second to talk? I was just wondering if I could talk to you about something really quick.
Yeah, sure. What's up? Did you have another wedding question or something?
Well, the thing is that my reservation at that venue I was talking to you about got canceled.
Oh, really? You mean you got a call from there saying that your reservation was gone or something?
Hilda, I'm going to ask you straight, so please don't play dumb with me. Were you the one who canceled it?
What? What do you mean by that? I'm sure I have no idea at all what you're talking about. How could you just accuse me of something like that? It doesn't make any sense. I'm shocked that you would even say something like that.
I think the one who is most shocked here is me. I mean, how could you do this to me? When I called them and they said the reservations had been canceled, I asked what phone number they got a call from to do that. And they gave me your phone number, Hilda.
Wait, what? The staff members actually gave you my phone number? What is the matter with them? Don't they know anything about privacy laws? They can't just hand out my personal information like that.
Well, I asked them to help me confirm how many reservations were canceled without my knowing. They gave me your number because it was attached to my file that they had on hand. Thankfully, I won't have to pay any kind of cancellation fee for what you've done. But I can't believe that you would do this to me.
But what other choice did I have? I can't just have you marrying my brother, you know.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I don't get it.
I mean that you really think you're good enough to be with someone as cool and smart and handsome as Randy? You're just a fat, ugly nobody. You were never ever going to be accepted into this family. I guess you haven't figured this out yet, but Randy basically only dates fat, ugly girls like you to make himself feel better.
No, that can't be right. You're lying to me.
You really think that me, his sister, who has seen every girl Randy has brought home, is lying to you about this? No, it's the truth. You never stood a chance of actually joining our family, so you might as well just cancel your engagement with Randy right now.
But I can't do that.
So you mean to tell me that even though you know your fiancé's sister is against your marriage, you're still going to try and go through with it? You really are a troublesome woman, do you know that? Honestly, I would be impressed if it wasn't so obnoxious.
You know, I've always felt that way. Like I wasn't good enough to be with Randy. I never could see what he saw in me. But the fact of that matter is that I want to marry him and he wants to marry me, and that's all that matters.
Of course that's not all that matters. I won't let you two get married. You'll see.
What do you mean? How on earth do you think you're going to stop us from getting married?
Because I'll stop at nothing to make sure that your wedding doesn't happen. It isn't fair. You don't deserve to be happy, and you don't deserve to be in my family. So you can count me out of your wedding. Do you understand? And just how do you think Randy is going to act when he learns that his own sister isn't going to be at his wedding?
Well, I think that you would really upset him if you did that, actually.
That's kind of the whole point, Marie. I am going to show my brother that a woman like you is just going to make him sad. And then every day, he'll start to love you less and less, until your marriage is nothing but a sham. And then he'll have hopefully realized what a mistake he's made being with you, and then he'll finally leave your fat ass.
I don't get it. Is all this hate for me really just because I'm a heavier person? I mean, do you just want me to lose weight?
It doesn't matter if you lose weight now, you'll still be a fat person at heart. Nothing you ever do will overcome that.
Hilda, that is a really awful way to view people, I think. But I'm afraid that it isn't going to change the way that I feel about your brother. Anyways, I'm going to tell Randy about what you did to our wedding plans.
Fine, go ahead and tell him. See if I care. I'm going to go and tell him that your wedding is off. I'm going to ask him to leave you and find someone better and more well-suited to him. After all, I have plenty of friends that he can pick from.
And do you really think that your brother is just going to go along with all of that?
I think that I'll show my brother the tier of woman he can get with if he wants. And once he realizes how horrible you are in comparison, he'll surely choose to marry someone else. So I wouldn't hold your breath on this wedding happening.
Hilda, are you there? We have seriously got to talk. What is the matter with you? Why would you just send trash to my workplace? That was you again, wasn't it?
What are you talking about this time? Why are you always trying to blame me for all the problems going on in your life?
Are you telling me that this really wasn't you? Because I am seriously thinking of reporting this to the police and they will find out who sent it.
Okay then, go report your little trash problem to the police. Don't waste my time like you're doing now, though.
Now, Hilda, I understand that for whatever reason you really don't seem to like me. But you can't go taking out this weird grudge of yours while I'm at work, okay? It's just unacceptable.
No, you know it's unacceptable? Just how unbearable having to deal with you is. Why won't you just leave my brother already? I mean, I heard that you two are legally married now. Did my opposition mean nothing to you? I told you that you two weren't allowed to get married.
And I thought I told you that was something between Randy and I. You don't have a say in whether or not we get married, do you understand? And nothing you say now is going to change anything.
Well, you two better not have your actual wedding, or else there is going to be serious hell to pay. I will make sure that the whole thing comes crashing down around you.
I don't get it, Hilda. I thought that you and I were getting along so well. I really don't know what I did to make you dislike me, but I just wish that we could be adults and talk this out.
Talk this out? I don't ever want to see your face again, let alone talk anything out. I mean, how dare you get married to my brother? No, you and I are never ever going to see each other again.
Are you really sure you want to leave things like this? I mean, I'm sure that Randy would love to talk to you about this as well. I think he's starting to get really confused and upset with you. Don't you at least want to explain yourself to your brother? I mean, I know how close the two of you are and I don't want to ruin that.
Oh, please. If you didn't want to ruin it, then you should have stayed away from him in the first place. Just your existence is ruining what he had together. I knew my brother before you even knew he existed. And yet now you think you can just barge in, marry him, and pretend like it's nothing.
Hilda, is that how you really feel about all of this? Then I really just don't know what to say. But I want you to know that your brother makes me very happy, and I make him happy. And I'm not sure what about that makes you so unhappy.
I don't even care what the two of you do anymore. Just know that I am not going to let you get away with this. And I just want you to know that you're going to look hideous in your wedding dress, and everyone is going to talk about how horrible you look and what an awful couple you are. So enjoy your wedding when everyone is talking behind your back. Hey there, Marie. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry about what happened to your wedding.
Hey, Hilda, sorry. What do you mean by that exactly?
I just mean about your wedding ceremony, you know? I know that my brother said the whole thing was off, right? But you know that my brother isn't even upset about it? He said that if I wasn't going to be at the wedding, then it wasn't one that he should be having. So I guess that means that you've been officially dumped and left all on your own.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure he just told you that so you would keep quiet and stay out of our way. But we've already had our wedding.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Randy told me yesterday that nothing was going to happen. What do you mean that your wedding already happened?
I mean that it literally just happened. We just wrapped it up right now. Randy figured that you would trust whatever he told you, so he came up with that lie so that you wouldn't interfere with us.
But I don't understand. This isn't making any sense to me. How could this be?
Well, it happened because I told him all about how you canceled our wedding venue reservations and kept threatening to do even more if the two of us got married.
So then, you two really already got married? And you did it today? That still doesn't make sense, though. I mean, our parents left to go abroad just a few days ago. Are you telling me that they weren't there either?
No, the wedding was in Italy and your parents are here with us.
But you mean you all went to go to your wedding in Italy and you left me here all alone?
Yep. Not just your parents, though. Plenty of your relatives and mine showed up to help Randy and I celebrate. Of course, I am still upset that we couldn't get the original venue that we wanted. But I'm not about to complain about what we ended up with.
No, this can't be happening. I mean, I thought you had given up on the wedding. I didn't even hear that you made a second reservation for another venue, but now you're telling me it's because you made your plans in Italy?
Yeah. It was a bit last minute, I will admit. And even though I saw so many of our relatives were there, that was basically it. It was a very small ceremony and there couldn't have been more than a couple dozen people.
So then you two went through with it, and everyone knows about it? Randy, Mom, and Dad all lied to me about the wedding and then left without saying a word to me about it?
That's right. We were all really thinking hard about what to do with you. Then your mom told us about how you went through her phone. Something that you do a lot, I guess? To find out when our wedding was going to be happening. So that's when we realized that he just had to keep our plans absolutely secret. And that's when Randy suggested getting married overseas. So we left no traces of texts and did all of our planning and coordination over the phone.
So you all tricked me. You all went this far just to keep me from knowing about the wedding. I thought we were all family here. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. How could you all do this to me?
I asked you to accept that Randy and I were getting married over and over again. But all you did was return that with threats that you would do something to ruin our wedding. You put me into the position where I felt like I couldn't do anything but lie to you. And all your family agreed that it was the best way to keep you from doing anything that would completely embarrass your brother and I. If you don't like what's happened, I'm afraid that you have no one to blame but yourself.
But I don't get it. Randy told me that you two weren't getting married. My own brother lied to me. I've tried texting him, but he isn't reading any of my messages now.
Well, that's probably because him and your parents have all decided to block you while we're here. We just wanted nothing to do with you after all that you've been putting me through. And quite frankly, I'm really not sure if they're going to want to do anything with you when we get back. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my honeymoon to enjoy. After her parents got back from Italy, they talked to Hilda and told her that they were cutting her out of their lives and never wanted to see her again. They also promised Randy and I not to ever tell Hilda a word about us ever again. We even had to find a new house to move into since Hilda found out where we were planning on going. Although that was a search that I started as soon as I learned that Hilda canceled my wedding venue reservations. As for Hilda, she fell into a deep depression after her family basically all turned their backs on her. I guess she just couldn't bring herself to understand why this was her fault. I can only hope for her sake, though, that one day she realizes the mistake she made. And maybe by the time she does that, all of us will finally be ready to let her back into our lives. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.